In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the Uistepper control. The stepper control is a numeric user interface control. It gives the user the ability to hit a plus or a minus button and change the numeric value that's being input into the application. It's nice in that the user can't enter anything that's wrong because the stepper control defines the range that they can enter and also the increments that they can enter. And of course, they can't enter text. So on our storyboard, we're going to add a stepper control. And we'll add a label. Stretch that label out a bit. And here's our stepper control. The first thing we can see is that there's a minimum and a maximum. So I'm going to set that minimum to 10. I'm going to leave the maximum at 100. And I'm going to set the current value to 98. I can also do a step increment. I'm going to increase that step to 2. I'm going to leave the behavior attributes at their defaults for now, but we're going to take a look at all of them. And let's hook up our outlets and our actions. There is a value changed event for the stepper, and we'll take a look at that. And we'd like that parameter to be typed as Uistepper. And our label, we'll get an outlet for. And when the stepper changes, I just want the label to give me the value. A little too far on that. Okay. So that's going to be our basic starting point. And we'll run that. And anytime the user hits the stepper, either plus or minus, we should get that event and the label should update. So we tap a plus. I apparently misspelled value. We'll have to get that. And the minus, and you can see it updates. Let's take a look at the attributes of that stepper. You'll see that it has auto repeat is true and continuous is true. The auto repeat would indicate when the user just holds a tap on one of the buttons, the stepper will continuously go. So as I hold the tap on this minus sign, the stepper is going to continuously increment down. And it will start getting faster and faster the longer I hold. The continuous indicates that I'm going to get a continuous event for that value changed on every step change. So you could see when I'm doing the auto repeat that I get a step every time. So let's just change that continuous behavior. There's my 100. Still haven't fixed that value. I'm going to have to get that. Now I'm going to hold down, and it appears nothing's happening. But when I release, there it is. I didn't get an event every time. I only got it when I released the tap. I'm going to turn that continuous back on and take off the auto repeat. I'm also going to fix my typo. Okay, I feel better now. So now we've taken off the auto repeat and we're going to get a continuous output. And I hold my tap, nothing's going on. So with no auto repeat, the continuous really doesn't do a whole lot because I'm only going to go one step anyway. The last attribute is the wrap attribute, and that affects when we get to the top or the maximum or minimum of the range. If I continue to hit plus, nothing happens. If I turn on the wrap, I'm going to turn auto repeat back on as well. I hit 100, and we'll wrap around to my minimum value of 10. And this will happen as well when I go through the auto repeat. You can see it wrapped. It wraps the other direction as well, from minimum to maximum. So those are the behaviors we have with the stepper. I think you'll find that you probably want continuous on, particularly if you're using an auto repeat, in order to give the user some sort of feedback on that step. But if you're doing something like a volume control with the stepper, the audio feedback will provide that instead of the continuous. But if you don't have an actual output from the stepper, you may shock them by rapidly increasing the audio or volume level. So I'm not sure there is a particularly good case for turning continuous off if auto repeat is on. The wrapping, of course, is dependent upon your application, whether it's appropriate or not. So that's the stepper control, and it gives the user the ability to provide a numeric input in a way that they can't mess anything up.